Hello everyone, welcome to another video of channel DoopTube. Today I'll be doing a video that includes only one question. How will The Walking Dead end? Cause as we know, it now looks like it's never gonna end, with the comic series still going on and the show still raising high full points at ratings, even though several fan favorites have died. However, in this video we're gonna list through all the ways our favorite characters are gonna get to an happy or bad ending. Let's see what our options are. But first, I have a big spoiler alert, since I will be talking about what happened in previous events of the show. So if you're not up to date, stop watching right now because I don't want to ruin it for you. The first theory is that our walkers walked away. And this may sound a little bit weird at first, but when you take a look at it, this is a walker from season 1. And this is a walker from season 7. Yeah, that is very big when you look about it. That's just see those connections to these two walkers. I mean, that one from season 1, these are just out of the Esterns. And now, if you look at season 7, these just looks like something that's about to fall and be cut down to pieces. So eventually, every walker we see is walked away, since it's looking like that. Just look at these shots we have. This is season 2. And this is season 7. This is not great at all. Like, just look at all those stuff on their heads and on their bodies. I mean, you see that they're not holding out for that long. I mean, it may look like they can live endlessly until you stab them in the head, but I don't think that's the only thing that can kill them. I don't. And certainly it would be a very disappointing ending to our show, but it does give us a happy ending for our characters. So that's a good way for them to end. Just not the best spectacular one. The next one is that they find a dream island. Or just a place that's outside of America. Because as we know, also with the spin-off series Fear the Walking Dead, we know that at least the whole North America is populated with the zombies. We don't know about South America, but it is possible that that one is also infected. However, we don't know anything outside North America and South America. So there could be still life left on one of the islands, or in Europe, in Africa. There could still be life there. There could not be infected and all. So if our dear characters get a boat or something, they could get on and go there. Maybe they find life there, maybe they don't. Although it would be very interesting to see what's out there. I would like to see a spin-off taking place in Europe. In either England, or French, or Norway. Norway is very interesting, by the way, because there's much snow there, so, and we haven't seen much snow in the apocalypse. It's just skipped over that part all the time, and it was very annoying. And I want to see it. I want to see the snow, and I think that if it takes place in Norway, it's the best way to do. And it just is a very interesting and happy ending for our heroes, if they just go on a boat and see in happy islands where no one is infected, where it's all free and safe for them. They just save there, and I know it's gonna make them weak when maybe zombies do get on there. But however, at least they have fight on and left danger behind. Maybe get some more enemies on the way, but it is definitely better. Then the next theory is that all our remaining humans eventually come together, even enemies and heroes, to fight all the walkers to the death, until there's none of them left. Only our heroes are over, starting to bring peace to the world with other groups and all join together to fight against walkers until they're all dead. No one is infected, everyone has a happy ending, and they have learned to live with each other. Then you got a happy ending for life. Then of course another theory is that everyone dies. Because as we know, so far not every Walking Dead character has got their happy ending. I mean, family members are taken, couples are ripped apart, and beloved characters who definitely deserve a happy ending are killed. It's not great at all, and I think some of our characters deserve better. However, it just doesn't really happen. I mean, Maggie has lost Glenn, her sister Beth, her father Herschel, Aaron has lost his boyfriend, Ezekiel has lost his dear tiger, Simon is dead, Carl is dead, Dale lost his brother, and just no one is getting a happy ending, and that's very sad. And I would actually like to see our characters getting a happy ending, but there are many people that theorize that our final heroes are standing at the last stand, ready for battle, against walkers or humans, to see our heroes cut in blood and fall to the ground. Just something like 300. If everyone dies, then it's gonna be like 300. Then there's the next theory, alien invasion. Now before you get all crazy and say this is ridiculous, just hear me out. Our dear Robert Kirkman himself said that he knows what caused the virus, and we're not mostly gonna know ever. He says that it's dumb, and aliens sound very dumb. So what a lot of people are thinking is that the apocalypse has started by aliens. I mean, how else can you explain that everyone has been affected and that you die if you not die by a gunshot or stabbed in the head? If everyone can get turned into a walker unless they get hit in the head or something, then there are almost no one left. So that could be the very plan of our aliens. They started this infection and let the people murder out each other until there are only a few left, and then they come to Earth and take everything over. It would be very dark and weird ending, but at least we could get a shot of these weird creatures going up against our heroes. It would definitely be a very shocking way for Walking Dead to end, and a very interesting way. Then of course, one of the greatest ways for our show to end is that a cure is found. It may not happen at all, but we don't know. I mean, a cure would be very difficult now that we know that everyone is infected. I mean, it's very difficult to find out how to stop it. Maybe someone has already found it. Maybe someone at the Commonwealth knows it. Maybe someone we meet after the Commonwealth knows it. Or maybe someone we have already met all along knows it. We don't know. And we don't know if it's ever gonna happen. However, it would be very cool to see finally a cure, but it would be also very difficult to find out how they're gonna give that cure to everyone on Earth. Then of course the government is coming back, and it will be all that you go to school again and live like the normal times. Now say you want, is that a better ending or not? You don't know. However, it would definitely be a great and happy ending for our heroes. Then is my final theory, that's probably the most likely one, and that is the time jump, where we see our last man standing to a remaining course, leading a group of survivors in a really big, good future. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna get something like we got in the comics right before the Whisper storyline started, a 2 years time jump. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying a big time jump where we see our heroes in their 60s or 50s or something, with children and all, and a happy ending, a great place to live. Really something big. It's something good to look at. Which one of our heroes are still alive then? Now, I'm just gonna take a look at some characters, And these characters are probably some of the last people standing. Not the last, so we're not gonna look at them at a time jump, I think, but these are the people that may make it out of our apocalypse. That starts off with Rachel, Judith, Henry, Enid, Jesus, Carol, Mackie, Michonne, Daryl, and Rick. Now, I don't think that every character of these are gonna make it, but I do think there will be coming very far with these characters. These characters are going to live a long time, I think. Don't think they're all gonna make it out, but probably a lot of them are. Because my theory is actually that it's not that one man remains, but that a group remains still alive. And I think that eventually, these are our heroes now. I think that if we're gonna make it that far, now that The Walking Dead is having difficult ratings, then our heroes are like this at season, let's say, 20 or something. If it really holds out that long. Or 15, season 15, I don't know. However, these characters are gonna make it far, but they're not gonna all make it to the end. In fact, I think that this will be the initial outcome of the characters. You see, Judith, I'm not sure if whether or not she's gonna make it to the end. So that's why I'm giving her a yellow. Carol, they're clearly saying out that she's gonna die. I mean, I don't know how she's gonna get killed off, but it is damn clear she is going to. Henry, it looks like he's going to be the new Carl. And since in the comics Carl is definitely gonna stick around to the end, I think that Henry will too. Even though you may not like it. Mackie, now you may seem this sound weird, but I actually think that it's gonna happen. Mackie Green is gonna die. And that's not just because they're kind of setting it up, it's also because the actress wants to quit and move on to other shows, and The Walking Dead is not into recasting characters. Then we have Michonne. Well, I'm not sure about her either, because she's now taking over the Andrea storyline. And as we know, in the comics, Andrea gets killed by a walker bite. Now, I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, since they already kind of did the death of Andrea with the death of Carl. Now, I don't know if that was on purpose or something, or that was accidentally the same, since the comics came, since the release of both the comic where Andrea died and where Carl died weren't really that big apart from each other. The releases were really close. So, I don't know if Michonne will ever get the Andrea death from the comics, but I hope not. I hope if Michonne goes out, she goes out in an epic way. Then we have Enid. Now that Carl is dead, I don't know what's gonna happen to her. I don't know what role she will play, so that's why I'm giving her a yellow one. Then we have Jesus. Well, he's gonna make it out a long time, giving his strong survival skills and his great character. However, I'm not sure if that will even get him alive. I sometimes even think he will get him killed, but I don't know. Right now, I'm not sure whether or not he's gonna make it, so that's why I'm giving him a yellow. Rick is definitely gonna die. They're clearly setting up from the beginning that he's not gonna make it to the end and that someone will take over his parts. Robert Kirkman himself also said it very clearly, and I think he was not acting, it was very honest, that eventually Rick will be killed off and that Judith, or Henry, or whoever, but probably Judith, will be the new big star of the show. But that will be a long time. Then of course we have Daryl. I think Daryl is definitely gonna make it to the end because they're clearly setting it up that he's going to be one of the last men standing, even though it's not in the comics. I mean, that's very interesting that such a character who's not in the comics becomes so popular and so great with fans. And definitely that they want him to stick around to the end. And now lastly, we have Rachel. Now why do I think that she is gonna make it to the end? Well, that's because now that Henry is taking over the Call storylines, I have a feeling that Rachel will be taking the Sophia storylines, since they're about the same age. So I think they will have a great relationship together. So, up to that, these are the characters that are probably going to be in the Last Man Standing group. And those are, yet again, Enid, Michonne, Judith, Jesus, Daryl, Henry, and Rachel. So that was my video about the ways our Walking Dead series may finally get to an end. Tell in the comments below which ending you think will come to life on the small screen. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.